Welcome to this episode of the pH Breakdown. In this breakdown, I am going to analyze a tricky little Springbok hunt that happened in the Northern Cape of South Africa. But before I break it down, I just want to bring up two quick points. First of all, and this seems to be getting lost in the comment section, is that by no means are these videos a personal attack or criticism on the pH or the hunter. Not at all. In most cases, I don't know who the pH is, and I certainly don't know who the hunter is. So I'm not going to say anything bad or derogatory or personal about them. These videos are merely an analysis of a situation where I can happily sit back in my chair and draw on my years as a professional hunter and say what I think could have happened, what I might have done, and how maybe some things could have been different. The reasons why I do that is because maybe there's an aspiring PH. Maybe there is a hunter that is looking to come and hunt in South Africa or anywhere in Africa for the first time. And I hope that these videos will just help them along with their trip. So, nothing personal. Secondly, anybody that is thinking of commenting, bad shot, or this guy can't shoot, forget it. Don't bother. Because hunting is one of those aspects where anything can go wrong. And a lot of the times, you make a bad shot. I've made plenty of bad shots. I've had clients that have had bad shots that I know are fantastic hunters and good shots. So, if you see in these videos, particularly in this one, somebody makes a bad shot, it's not to say that that person cannot shoot or they're not a good hunter. So if you're thinking of commenting it, save it. You'll more than likely just get deleted. I could easily go through and pick videos where the animals are dropped one time in the shoulder, happy days. But that's not what I want from these videos. I'm going to choose and select the tricky videos where we can learn a lot more from them. Right, with that said, let's jump into this one. Now, this is the Northern Cape in South Africa. I presume it's up near Kimberley. Funnily enough, I actually got an email a few days ago from somebody that had booked a hunting trip to the Northern Cape, and they asked if I could explain what the terrain and vegetation was like. And being an Eastern Caper myself, I kind of said, I don't really know too much of it, but that Kimberley area in the Northern Cape, I absolutely love. I've been fortunate to hunt there quite a few times. It's a great area. And a lot of the times you're going to get a lot of flat, open grasslands, as you can see, as we're going to play it on here, with some sparse trees and thicker vegetation dotted around. And often you're going to get a few koppies, a few hills, rocky outcrops coming over the two. So it's such a great hunting area. Lots of good stalking opportunities. There's just a plethora of wildlife all over the place, and I really like hunting the Northern Cape. I also like this video because I don't play excessive music the whole time, so it's easy to do a bit of it.
Okay. The one on the left. Yeah, it's a very nice male.
Okay, so there's a fantastic example. Obviously, the PH has spotted the Springbok, and he has himself identified the trophy Springbok that they're going to go after. And one of the things that he does is he passes that information back to the client and reassures the client, or rather, make sure that the client knows which one they're looking at and why they're going after it. So, good little bit of PH in there.
Okay. The one that round that glass that move over now to that side to the right, that's a younger one.
Again, he's just confirming which one they're going after. So that the hunter knows.
Let's see what plan we can make. We must just stay together. Eh? Go slowly.
I want you just to notice kind of the coloration of the grass, the sort of the scrubby bush that's in there, the trees in the background, the color of the Springbok. You'll notice that there's black Springbok there too. There's a common Springbok that they're going after. Just look at how well they all blend in with that. And this is why it's a lot of the times it's so incredibly difficult to hunt in a lot of these flatter grassland areas. Similar to this is the Karoo region of the Eastern Cape too. These animals, they really just blend in so nicely. And a lot of the times, at the end of the day, when the sun starts setting, that grass turns to that really golden color. You start to get the shadows of the trees that expand. You tend to lose quite a lot of animals in there too. So that's why it's always important to take your time when glassing, look under trees, try and look through the grass, look through the scrubby felt, all those types of things, because You never know what's out there, and also you never know what's watching you.
Stay together.
I love this. If you see the PH crouching, you crouch. If the PH crawls, you crawl. If the PH stands up, you stand up. It doesn't matter if the PH is 6 foot and all of a sudden he's crouched and now he's like 5'8". If he crouches, you crouch. So I really like seeing the hunter here emulating the PH, and also what the PH said there was important. Stay close, stay together, and move as he moves, especially when you're going after Springbok, because when you get these bigger herds, they're very flighty. They're always watching everything. It's important that you stick together and you move as one, especially in a case like this where you've got a cameraman, there might be an observer, there might be a tracker behind you. That long train of people can very, very easily get spotted by the animals. So you have to listen to the pH. A lot of the times, the pH is maybe he's working in such a way where he's trying to keep a bush between you and the animal. And if you step out of line, you're effectively breaking that little barrier that that pH is creating, and that animal can see you. So get in nice and close behind your pH. Where he steps, you step. He crouches, you crouch. Great work from the hunter here. There you can see that broken up vegetation being kind of broken one tree to the next.
Get your rifle ready. He's walking out there. Yeah.
All right, nice clear instruction from the PH. Get your rifle ready. He's the one walking out there, and the sticks are up. Just that little bit of information into the client's head already knows that when he puts up on the sticks, he knows that it's the one walking. He might get some more information from the PH, but a little bit of info just when he gets ready on the sticks helps a lot. There we go. We can see how walking right. I want you to pay attention to this black Springbok that is just to, as I'm looking at it, just to the left of that common Springbok. Look at the way he acts. He's obviously spotted them now. And that's characteristics of many of the plains game species. They lift their head and they just tend to turn and they'll take 1 or 2 steps forward. That is a telltale sign that you've been spotted. A lot of the times, with the hunter being focused on that target animal, you can see that that common Springbok is very relaxed. He's walking. But I guarantee you that PH with his binoculars has picked up that those black Springbok have spotted them. And he's probably going to let the client probably take his time, wait till the common Springbok turns, but he's also going to have one eye on those other Springbok to know if they're going to dart, if they're going to whistle, or anything like that. These are the bigger perspectives that a lot of the times a professional hunter has to look at when they're right there next to their client. So just keep an eye on that black Springbok and see the way that he responds. There we go.
Yeah. So stop now.
Okay. Not the best shot. This is where I'm going to bring it back to it. Don't bother commenting, this guy can't shoot, terrible shot, all that type of stuff. Yes, it's not the best one, but this is the reason why I chose this particular video, because the importance of it is how they react after the shot. Notice how calm, how collected the professional hunter is. He doesn't panic, he doesn't go running off, doesn't shout different instructions. Wasn't the best shot. He really controls the situation well. I'm just going to bring it back 10 seconds and maybe we can look at that shot one more time. So here you can see the common Springbok turn nice and broadside. I don't know if the hunter might have been unsteady. I don't know if maybe with him breathing heavy, if those crosshairs were kind of dancing around. I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. But fact remains, it was the middle of the shoulder. It looks like it was a little bit back and probably low on the belly there.
So stop now.
Listen to how the PH reacts.
See it?
Okay. The first thing he says, it's a hit. Doesn't shout, reload, reload, reload. That Springbok you can see is clearly bolted off. He also doesn't say, that was a bad shot, or, oh, that was terrible. He just says, it's a hit, and you can see he is focused on that Springbok the entire time. Now, I want you also to notice that after the shot, the hunter reloads, And as he reloads, he's lifting his head up and he's taking his eye off the scope, reloads, and as he comes down again, he's clearly lost the animal and he pans to the right, where that animal is actually shot off to the left. This is again why it is so important for the PH to keep eyes on the animal after the shot. And it's also equally important that hunters learn to reload if they can while looking through the scope, or rather take your shot and track the animal with the scope. If it's something like a springbok that is just bolted and sprinting out of there, you're not going to get off a second shot that easily on a running springbok. Rather track it through your scope, know where it's going, then focus on quickly putting another one in, looking back in your scope, and it's gone. So I'm going to bring that one back 10 seconds. Notice the hunter and notice the PH. This is just after the shot.
See it?
Look how he pans right on the reload. Now, whether he's getting adjusted or what, I'm not too sure. Again, it's nothing, too specific on his actions. It's just a point that I'm trying to make.
Go on this side.
Yeah, just nice and relaxed, hearing his communication. I love the fact that the hunter is right there on his shoulder. So when those sticks go up, he's on it. He's not lollygagging back behind. He's not looking anywhere else. He's keeping that rifle very safe too. That barrel isn't just going up all over the place. He's not panicking. He's following the instructions of the PH. PH has got the sticks up, and the hunter is right there to put the rifle in the stick. So this is a very, very good example of how to behave when you are going after a wounded animal, especially something as flighty as a springbok. Springbok's walking away now. Okay, now I know many of you are probably saying, just take the shot. Just do it, take the shot. We are looking through the camera lens here. Okay, this is not necessarily what the hunter is looking at. And you can actually hear the PH confirm with the hunter and say, is that shrub in the way? I don't know if that big branch coming out the tree down to the left is in the way or not, but he's obviously decided that he can't take the shot and he's not just going to let one fly for no reason. In a situation like this, if you just shoot for the sake of shooting, you risk bumping that springbok on and chasing it on. Yes, I see that there's some internal organs hanging out. He's probably in a lot of pain, can't run off. I guarantee you, with a professional hunter like this, with their amount of experience, with the operation that they're doing, they are going to do everything they can to get the animal down. But that doesn't mean just letting bullets fly. Not at all. You got to wait for the correct moment so you can put in an effective shot, especially after you've taken a shot that quite hasn't panned out how it should have. You don't want to start rushing it and start letting them fly off there. Okay, so you might be able to listen. The PH says, "Is that branch in the way?" I think the hunter says yes, and they either adjust. We can't really see because the camera is focused on it, and then as that springbok turns, they take the shot.
Behind the brush.
This is composure. This takes a lot of composure, especially on a wounded animal. Sorry, I was speaking a bit there over the top of it. So this takes a lot of composure from both sides. You can hear from the PH. He's relaxed. He knows the situation. He can see the animal. He's got the hunter up on the sticks. There's not much more he can do than wait for the right shot. The springbok obviously turns to the left. The hunter's on it. He doesn't have to wait for the PH to say, is that the one? Wait, shoot. He knows what it's on there, and he puts in a good shot. Now just listen to the PH again. Talk to the hunter after that shot and just feed him that good information. Just calms the whole thing down, which I really like. Yeah, solid hit.
There's another hit. It's gonna go down now. It's gonna go down.
Yeah.
It's gonna go down. You don't have to shoot again. You don't have to shoot again. It's just adrenaline keeping him up.
Yeah.
Just give him time.
That is a fantastic picture there. Hunter is solid. He's got that rifle right on that animal again. Yes, it hasn't dropped, but the PH is reassuring him it was was a good shot, that animal's going to go down. I guarantee you, I don't know this PH is, but I guarantee you he's probably been on 1,000 springbuck hunts and knows a good shot when he sees it. At the same time, the hunter is on the ready and he's waiting for instruction from the PH. He's not just shooting completely off the hip freely as he wants to. So a good little thing to end off there, and they really got a fantastic springbuck.
So it goes down now again. He's wobbling.
Yeah, wobble.
Tip, he's down. Well done, brother.
Ain't that a bad shot.
That was just a little bit back. Yeah, I think it was standing a little bit more like this than before.
Well, there you have it. Incredible springbuck. The hunter's happy. A little tricky. Probably wasn't too overly happy with his performance. But as I said, it happens. I've done it. I know you've done it. So don't bother commenting that you haven't, because I know many hunters have. This is part of it. What's important is how we react after the shot and how we go about it. I think the professional hunter did a fantastic job in staying calm. And I think equally, the hunter did an incredible job of sticking close to the professional hunter, putting his trust in him, and waiting for the right instructions. And at the end of the day, got himself a magnificent springbok ram. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Cheers.